Hey! If you're new here, we are the Leopard family. We're about to begin our 30 hours of non-stop travelling, 4 airports and 3 flights to get back home to our country in New Zealand. This video isn't a flight review, but a part of our ongoing story. When we get home, we will be living on the road, doing the van life thing with our kids, exploring and camping all over New Zealand with its natural and diverse beauty. But we've been in the States, and mostly North Carolina, for the past 4 months. We've spent most of the summer working at an outdoors adventure camp where me and my wife worked a bunch of years ago. We returned on this great adventure with our 3 kids who have been campers all summer, and we once again have been staff. We've got to catch up with a lot of great people. We've done so many things that you'll never get to do or see in New Zealand. And a big part of that is because of the generosity of some pretty cool people who have given us their time, their space, and some local information. We also stayed and lived with an amazing family who have a beautiful home in the woods. They have sacrificed their own family space to allow us to move in with them for 4 whole months. These guys are a rare breed of incredibly generous people who have showcased the best America has to offer through amazing love and hospitality. We don't really know how to summarise what a great and life-changing time that we've had. It definitely came with its challenges and moments where we wished we were back home in New Zealand. But leaving for home, it was the strangest feeling. Hopping inside of the car that picked us up 4 months earlier, we had the same luggage that we arrived with, although our bags were filled with new things. We were leaving a place that we had come to love. We were unsure if we'd ever make it back here. These goodbyes are hard because being here, it wasn't just a holiday, it was community. We are connected to the people that we've worked with and done life with and struggled through hot and humid summer days. Let's say there were a couple of teary eyes around the place in the past couple of days. We were also sad for our kids who had made new friends and got to experience this whole new natural world. A world with woods and squirrels and snakes and turtles and deer which roam around freely. But now we are here at the airport, beginning a whole new adventure.
We're leaving.
Long haul flights with kids are hard. This was obviously our second time travelling so far. Our trip to North Carolina is in the link above. But going home feels a lot different. It doesn't have the same level of excitement as arriving at a new destination.
Okay, we are here at the Raleigh airport. We're through security,
My airport.
and apparently we don't have to go back through security until, well, we don't. All the way to New Zealand. How good is that? We've got 3 flights, let's go.
Nothing like playing a little bit of cornhole while you're waiting to board your flight in the airport. Thanks Rhonda for that little birthday present for Toby.
New York, here we come.
You are.
You are.
Not New York. It's Newark.
The kids are already doing plenty of correcting for me. So every single one of our flights was completely full, not even one spare seat on one flight. So it was a busy flight. But it didn't seem to take very long till we were taking off and saying goodbye to this place that was like our second home.
I used to think the moon must be out of his mind, to be chasing the sun through an endless black sky, until I caught a glimpse of
Goodbye, North Carolina.
Because we are travelling full time when we return to New Zealand, we're being a little careful with how and where we spend our money. Airport food for 5 people is very expensive, so we took enough food for lunch and dinner on the flight with us. Some sandwiches and cold pizza. The personal TV screens on these flights were pretty old school, like it was basically a TV guide and whatever was playing was all you had on offer to watch. So we just enjoyed a nice cold drink because it was a short flight anyway, only an hour and a half. When we flew into Newark on our way, it was midnight. The airport was very empty with no outgoing flights till the morning, and we were near the end of our flights and oh, so tired. It was nice to arrive during the day and even to be able to get a glimpse of New York City. Touchdown,
Welcome
flight
to
one.
Newark, where the local time is 2:02 p.m.
Is that good, Toby?
Please take off the face seat into the seat.
New York City is just, you have to see it to believe it. It is so big. But we saw some of our bags coming off the plane, and we even saw the guy kind of slide my guitar and knock it on over while he was putting it into the carriage carousel thing. Thanks for looking after my fragile item. One thing we appreciated about United is that they would send us a text message telling us which gate we would arrive in and then which gate we needed to get to for our next flight. That was pretty helpful because sometimes those things change. This place is crazy busy. Our sadness of leaving North Carolina was now starting to change into some excitement as this flight was taking us back to the Pacific Ocean.
This road because I know it leads to you. No matter
Jade, our window is so scratched. It's terrible for taking video.
a place to go. When you're by my side, I always know. When it's you and I'm always home.
We thought the service on the flight was pretty bad. Despite being on an international ticket, you don't get anything on board the flight except a can of soda or some water, unless you want to pay $8 for a beer. You can purchase food, but it was very basic and expensive. You'd think when your ticket goes for 30 hours, you would get food on the flight. But that's why we took our own. It was even 2.5 hours into the flight before they came around with the first drink.
This road, it takes us home where love is true. We walk this road because we know it makes us new. No matter when, no matter what, I have a place to go.
Don't forget to check the seatbelt button.
We have made it to LA. One more flight to go. Toby, how are you? Good. Show me.
Lining up for security is really tedious and boring. So to avoid doing that, we just needed to take these super long corridors to walk to our terminal instead of hopping on the transport provided, but it was totally worth it. Look how long this corridor is we now have to walk down. That is such a long corridor. Long corridors. After walking through a bunch of maintenance, we finally arrived in our terminal, and it was actually a very nice and modern terminal, which was good. Good because we had plenty of time to kill. And after already been travelling for around 14 hours, Toby was starting to go crazy, spinning in circles, and everyone was feeling like pretty tired. We were definitely ready to hop on that flight and head home.
We are just about to board this flight. It is 15 past 12 a.m. in North Carolina, and we're just about to start a 13-hour flight. How are you feeling, kids?
Cold. Tired but excited to watch Harry Potter.
And are you going to stay up all night or go to sleep?
I'm gonna go to sleep.
All-nighter.
No.
Right, so let's go home.
How are you? Welcome home.
Thank you.
Hi there, welcome.
So our final flight was a red-eye flight, meaning it goes through the night and we follow darkness the whole way home. But Air New Zealand, you definitely get the treatment. We got good food, good service, unlimited snacks at the push of a button from your seat. It's great.
It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a good day with you by my side. All we gotta do is wake up. All we gotta do is always wake up now. That's a bottle we can shake up. Shake it up, pass it all around. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good night.
How you feeling, Riley?
So let's light this night like a Roman candle. And you look so perfect, I can't stand it anymore. I'll spin you around these stars. Close enough, I can feel your heart. There's a rhythm of a life here in the moment. So let's own it. It's gonna
Then it was time to get off the plane and we were all feeling better than expected.
Alright, we made it. We're back in New Zealand. I think we all had a bit of sleep on that flight. It's like, I have no idea what the time was. It's 4 in the afternoon back in North Carolina. We left the house at 9:30, so it has been a long day.
It wasn't the best sleep.
What's that, Riley?
I said it once.
Yes, but we missed it.
You probably got it.
It's hard to explain how it felt to be home, but it felt good. It felt good to see things that were familiar again, and to know that there was family waiting on the other side made us pretty excited, especially after the marathon effort of travel that it took us to get home.
All the luggage has made it.
Wonder what it's like to get to hold them every night. And how they first met and what it must have been like.
Oh my goodness, good to see you guys.
Did they know it was the start of a lifetime? 'Cause
Then it was time for the car and sharing stories as we refamiliarised ourselves with being home and being back on the other side of the car.
Alright, we're in the van and Toby has been guarding. What have you been looking after in your bag, Toby?
My chocolate.
Who got you that?
From my birthday.
Yeah.
Then it was time to head back to our caravan for the beginning of the next adventure of our big, great adventure. So if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. We will see you in the next episode.
I used to think the moon must be out